Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I am just outside of Osgiliath, where we are about to set out on a march. But I need to speak with Pippin here first. Hello there, Pip.
What have I gotten myself into now, I wonder?
Aragorn says that it is good to have every land to be represented when we go to confront the enemy of Mordor, but I don't feel like a fit representative for the Shire. Who from home would be comfortable walking up to the front gate of Mordor and hollering and carrying on? Lobelia Sackville Baggins, maybe, or that Lotho, but certainly not me. Perhaps you feel differently, being the great adventurer that you are. I wish Merry were here, but he's still recovering in the city. He's done his share of the great deeds, but what have I done? Gandalf says I might have saved Faramir's life, and I am glad that whatever small part I played might have helped, but I certainly didn't feel like much of a hero at the time. Oh yeah, there is that little detail. Well, let's head over to the crossroads and see what's there. I just hope it's not a Mordor army. Ah, it looks like we have a statue over here. So that's good, I suppose. Aragorn's called a halt at the crossroads of the kings. Here we go, and wait a moment. The head of that statue doesn't quite look right. Hello, sir.
I have set trumpeters at each of the roads that leave this meeting of the ways.
The armies of the enemy have done what they could to despoil the beauty of this land, but Ithilen resists their deprivations. It was once called the Garden of Gondor, and so may it be again. I have set trumpeters at each of the roads that leave the meeting of the ways, as Gandalf recommended. We will sound our arrival and our intentions. Speak to each of the trumpeters, and they will herald our coming. Once that is done, you should move ahead of the host and defeat any enemies that you find lurking still in the wild. Men of Gondor have told me that a ranger encampment is not far to the north, a place called Henneth Anun. We will meet them there. All right, fine. Yeah, sure. You like staying at ranger camps, I presume? Yeah, that definitely doesn't look right. Okay, we should first meet trumpeters. Ah, this must be one of them. Hello. Are you ready? The lords of Gondor have returned! And take back all these lands! Alright. Okay, here is the second of these. I guess you now have to be good at sounding a horn, but you also need to have a loud voice. Limlair. The lords of Gondor have come! Charge! Okay, now for the third trumpeter. And this is actually the one that is facing Mordor most directly. Now we're going to the Black Gate, not to the side door, but this one faces the side door of Mordor. I just hope they don't decide to come that way while we're at the Black Gate. The King of Lestar has come! Let all leave the lands! Or give them up. Okay. And finally, we'll find a way through this brush. That's what we need to do. But also to find the final trumpeter. Kulong. How'd you like to start your music? Behold, the King Elisar exerts his command upon these lands of Gondor. Very well. Now, I suppose we should go and defeat foes all throughout Ithilen. Well, North Ithilen, it says. So let us. We'll see. That's a ranger, not an orc. So I guess we don't get to kill him. Thurindol. It is good to see you again, Pinelore. Even such a great battle, the memory of your deeds in the South Ithilen has not left me or my company. Lord Faramir is safe and heals within Minas Tirith, and my captain Anborn has returned to the refuge of Henethanoon with most of our company. The Dark Lord has not taken his defeat lightly, and he has sent his forces into North Ithilen to strike before the host of the West can reach the Black Gate. My company and I would have much use for a Lord Master of your skill, especially after such a victory has been won against the enemy. There are a few more matters that I wish to speak of here, but then I would ask that you meet me at the baths of Island Verinvar to the north along the roadways. Will you aid me, my friend? Well, I'll see what I can do. What? You've got to be kidding me. Right. Oh well. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of little quests. Well, I have a feeling that Defiler does not have a quest for me, and that instead I activate a quest by killing him, right? That's going to be my assumption. I just have to take that ring from its head, and everything will be fine. Well, for me, not for the orc. Whew. The Grip of Mordor. Okay, what do I gotta do for this? Defeat orcs and easterlings north of Ithilen. Okay, I suppose I could do that. Oh, the wonder, signatures. I was wondering, why is it so tough? Well, I suppose that will explain it. I guess I'll just do a better job at... There we go. Or whatever to do with this. And whack. Okay. Much, much better. I suppose I could try Murder of Crows to make it go faster. Unfortunately, I can't do that to every single one of these defiles. Maybe I'll find an Easterling or an Orc that's not a signature. Maybe things will go a little bit more quickly then. Either that or I just need to get my build back up. Oh, that's right, I'm at 105 right now. Still have to learn how to use the changed Light of the Rising Dawn. There you go. Oh. Hey, another one snuck in the place of the one I just killed. Well, something has to be done about that. Okay, we'll take care of you and then get out of here before an entire invasion comes here, right? These bushes look like they'll get in the way during the army approach. What have we got here? We've got overgrown and overrun. As you explore North Ithilen, it becomes apparent that roadways which were once well traveled have become overgrown and challenging to traverse. If the host of the West is to pass through these lands, they shall have need of a clear path. You should clear the roadways in North Ithilen of overgrown branches to aid in the advance of the host of the West. All right. There we go. I'm sure there'll be more, such as this one over here. But before long, we should have a nice open path that the host can use. I found the campsite. Hello there.
Will you hear my plight?
I'm glad you came as I asked, fine lord. Some of my brethren here appear to have captured a band of Southrons. I can't understand their purpose in doing so, as the rangers do not often permit prisoners, or even guests. I trust that there is wisdom in their actions, but I don't have time to remain here and investigate any further. Instead, I leave that to you. Wonderful. Yes, I must return to my captain on board and tell him that the many things that I have witnessed in Ithilen and on the Pelennor. I shall continue onward to Henethanoon, and when you're ready, you should follow in my path. Head north along the roadway, and I will guide you to the refuge. Right. Okay, well. So, what should I do here? It appears that we have some prisoners here. What's this all about, Mandal?
What tidings do you carry this day?
Alpine Stone, your name precedes you among the captains of the Rangers, my friend. When I saw you approach, I knew that you could be no other. Why, because of my size? I am a Mandal, and you have come at a peculiar time for me and my company. You see, we ambushed a party of Southrons traveling north along Ithilen, but rather than attacking, they threw down their weapons and knelt before us. Is it not a Southron nature to die in battle? Is it not our way to slay our quarry? I know not what to make of this, but we must decide what is to be done with them soon. Oh, well, that seems to be a rather unusual situation. Let me guess. They're from Amarul, and they are sick of the Ordakai commanding what they do. I mean, that will fit with things that came up in later parts of the storyline, right? I'm pretty sure they're not Ordakai. But I guess we could find out at some point. Of course, at this point, my character knows nothing about either the Amruli nor the Ordakai, so I guess we won't know anything about the peculiarities of various groups of Southrons. A few of the Southrons have complained of thirst. I don't doubt it, but I will not send my rangers away from these sides. We still know very little of the purpose here, and I dare not offer them the chance to slay us while our numbers are thinned. Still, I would not deny a prisoner such care, even one so hated as the man of Harad. Because he doesn't know the difference between Harad and Amaruli. Yes, to the east of Island Veren lies the source of the river, beneath a great waterfall. I would ask that you take these water skins and fill them there. When you return, offer them to the prisoners, and let us hope that it's enough to calm them for a time. If we are so fortunate, perhaps they may have some inclined to tell us of the enemy's plots in Ithilen. Well, alright, I'll have to travel to the east of the river flowing through Island Veren. And what else do you need? And what else do we need to do? I do not know what to make of this, my friend. To what end have the Southrons surrendered? What drove them to such a decision? I have separated most of them among my men, and they have kept under guard. I sought to speak with them when first we arrived in Island Verin, but they remained silent. It seems that neither we nor the Southrons know how to best proceed. Perhaps they will think differently of you. I would ask you to speak with them, question their purpose in Ithilen, and see if we can discover what led them to their surrender. Would you do this for us, my friend? All right, I will see what I can do about this. First, though, I think they may have a better chance of being conducive to helping me if I bring them the water first. Now, I am supposed to be traveling to the source of the river. He said something about a waterfall, and I see a waterfall right up there. So I am going to have to presume that this is the correct waterfall. It's a waterfall to the east. I hope that's all that qualifies. It's a pretty area. Amazing that there's a war going on in here. Well, it's peaceful for the moment, but you have come to the freshest water of the river. All right. Let's then fill up skin number 1. Skin number 2. Okay, good. Then we could try skin number 3. Of course, we don't want to leave one of them out, so we will gather the last skin and head back to the encampment. I suppose I should start with these two. First off, let's provide some water. I did not expect such treatment from these rangers. Okay, good. Thigh chat. Okay, this is Dog Hatum. Why even bother, Hobbit? Does he know what a Hobbit is? You approach Dog Hatum. He remains silent, but his gaze is fixed upon you. You ask him several carefully worded questions about the company's intent and whereabouts of the kin in North Ithilen. You offer him a moment to respond. Well? He's waiting still. Probably going to wait forever. Keep me waiting forever. The war will be 10 times over by the time he responds. Dokhatum does not respond to your questions. His face is twisted in a mix of anger and disappointment, and it would seem that his decision to surrender was not his to make. However, he makes no attempt to free himself from the bonds and appears to have come to terms with his captive's choice. Yet, before you could turn your back to Malin, you hear the cracking of a nearby twig and the shifting of stones within the old bats. Ooh? Hold on. Oh. Well then. Let's go. Are you done with me? I guess you're not. There's a lot of them! Well, he's made his choice, that's for sure. What do you think about all that?
Will you help bear my burdens?
This does not bode well for these Haradrim, and surely they must know it. If any more of their kin come to their aid here, I fear that we shall be forced to slay them to protect ourselves or our brethren. Were circumstances different, but no, we can ill afford to take chances on men that we have long known to be loyal to the enemy. For the moment, we must keep our heads and sights clear. All right, so what then? I can sense my men's trust of the South Rons has already begun to splinter. After such a brazen attack, I must confess that I too share some of their apprehension towards the prisoners. If we truly think ourselves to be better men, we cannot give in to fear so easily. The prisoners themselves have done nothing to suggest that they harbor the desire to break free, and they have heeded our commands without question. I would ask that your aid in calming my men. They are uneasy, and I do not wish them to do something ill-considered, even against such an old foe as of our people. Speak to them, and I shall do the same. All right, so I shall have to speak with them. Well, what do you say? Okay, well, it looks like you're calmer now. What about you? Are you calmer now? Okay. And what about you? Come closer, Hobbit, for I don't wish to alarm the Rangers with what I must tell you. You see, I neglected to tell our captors of my companion, of our dear friend Loku Aki. Tai Chai's voice shrinks to a whisper. Loki is a Mumak of 16 years, and I cared for him after his mother was felled by diseases in his earliest months. Lokuaki endured and grew mighty, weathering illness and battles alike, and he was to be brought into the war at long last. It was an honor to see him bear the brilliant armoring of my people, but those who rode him into battle did not make it far into these lands. Their company was ambushed at Kirith Negin, and they were slain to the last, save for Lokuaki. He cast off his armoring, wild in anger and confusion, and trampled all beneath him, and he fled to the mountain pass. I believe he lives still, but there remains no way for him to escape the lands of the Rangers alive. Well, not without aid. The Rangers will not trust our bond, and they will slay him unless he departs from here. There is a pale root that grows among the foothills of the Black Mountains, and it is known to my people as marrow root. When cracked, it gives a strong, sweet odor to which the Mumakil are drawn. I have seen it among the ruins here, and in the foothills to the east. He fled far to the southwest of Kirthnegen, and I know no more of his flight. Once you have gathered the roots and discovered his whereabouts, crack the roots on moss-laden stones and lead him into the marshlands far to the northwest. I know not if he shall be left in peace there, but anywhere is safer for a Mumak than the lands of the Rangers. Okay, I will gather that for you. Okay, well, that's going to be one massive problem. Well, now, let's see if I could find the other Rangers and prisoners and calm them down. Where are the rest of them? Ah, here we are. Let's calm down this Ranger. Okay, Nice and calm. Okay, good. And this ranger? Nice and calm. All right. What about you? Here's your water. An odd sort, these men. We have heard that they never take prisoners, and yet here we are. Thank you. The water soothes my ills. And what about questioning? I shall answer your questions, Hobbit. In truth, I know little of our purposes here, only that our war master bade us to surrender to these forest men. You call them rangers, do you not? A strange name, I think. We have long been stationed in the lands of Dagorlad, but traveled southward to reach the battles on the fields. Many of our number were slain in Cirith by the rangers, and soon we were very few. I learned of Gondor's victory from the rangers, but know little else of the battle. If this is our fate, I only wish to learn more about the great battle, and then return home to my brethren. I shall ask to hear more of the battle, but first, you should speak to my brethren of it. They are eager to hear of it. Okay, so I need to talk to Thatchat and Dalkhatum. Here's the final prisoner. First of all, let's calm the rangers. We don't want anything precipitous to happen. Okay, and finally this ranger. Nice and calm. Now, what about, oh yes, the water first. Anything from this one? You have my thanks. I have no love for these men, but if bloodshed can be avoided this day, I shall do what I must. I know you wish to understand why I ordered my men to stand down. I ordered our surrender because I know that our people cannot win this war. Not for ourselves, and not for the Dark Lord. I speak not for the others among my kin, and I do not claim falsely that the conflict between our people is ended. There have been many years of hatred between us, and old wounds are not so easily soothed. We have known the Rangers to be unforgiving of their foes, but we still draw breath, at least for now. I have kept several banners of Far Harad bundled in my armor ring. They are borne into the many battles, yes, but in my homeland they serve another purpose. You see, they're often used to mark areas of strife or our dangerous weather and winds. If we were to plant them among the southern roads of these lands, then those who beheld them would be warned to turn back. In return, I will offer you what I know of my people's plans in Dagorlad and of the Dark Lord's designs in the coming days of the war. I cannot promise that all will heed the warning banners, but if the captain of these rangers wishes to see fewer of my people in his lands, he should consider it. All right, well, I will speak to the ranger captain. Will we manage to avoid bloodshed in all this? We have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.